You need to get in that zone in order to have a great workout that day.
When I'm performing, never boring, now you can't afford it.
It's good time, folks. Food for thought. Finding the best training partner. Wow, that's a good one. I think it's very hard to find a really good training partner. I think the first step towards that is having someone that understands the journey and the destination. Someone that understands like what you're trying to really accomplish. Like, what's your goal? And also, what's that same person, what's their goal? Like, what they're trying to accomplish. Because I think there's a lot of times you have people that you work out with that doesn't necessarily make a great training partner because their ego get in the way. And when I say their ego get in the way is that they feel as if they need to compete with you when they're competing with themselves. Because the goal of a training partner is for you to push them as much as they're pushing you. And my best training partners have been the people that I don't speak with when I'm training. I just basically go in, and I think from day one they kind of understand like the reason why I'm doing this is, and they should know the answer. Right? I'm not there to hold your hand. I'm not there to talk to you about the basketball game last night. I'm not there to talk about the burger that you ate. I'm not there to, and you're not there to babysit and stroke me and ask me, how does that feel? Like, you should be able to tell by the expression of my face that one, that shit was heavy. Two, I'm going to challenge myself and do another heavy set. And just be there and ready to spot, push. You don't have to scream at me. I don't like people screaming at me. But you understand, like, okay, I'm going to push Shawn the best way that I know. If I see that he just leg press 1,000 pounds for 15 reps, but that 15 reps look a little bit too easy, I'm going to shout out at him, hey, give me 5 more. So that he needs to know that I noticed that was a little bit easy. Or you make it look easier, so I'm going to challenge you. For me, that's a good training partner. A training partner never have to say too much to you. You should be able to walk over and, if you, for example, doing chest and you just incline to 110 and he goes, okay, that was way too easy. I'm not going to go to the 120. I'm going to go to the 130 in the next set. And vice versa. But sometimes it's hard to find because you get to a certain point and, people get comfortable and they just feel as if, hey, listen, you know what, I'm just happy to be in the gym and lifting. Like, I'm not lifting. I'm not working out. I'm training when I'm in the gym. And I need someone with that same mentality. Like, listen, you know what? I'm going to walk you up this hill, Shawn, but I'm going to throw you over the edge when we get to the top. You're not going to walk down. And we're going to walk back up. I'm going to throw you down again. I don't need you to hold my hand and go, okay, watch your step. No. There's a reason why we're here and there's a purpose. And the purpose is always to create the best version of yourself. And the only way that you can do that is if your training partner is on the same page with you all the time. That's what a great training partner is. Your partner is an extension of you. You could have a shitty day and your training partner can make that workout the best workout you've ever had. Even though he knows it's a crappy day for you. You know, he's able to observe. He's able to inspire and motivate. He's able to push. And he's able to make sure that, listen, you're going to empty the tank when you're in here. Like, whatever it is, you're leaving it all year. You know, your training session should not walk out and be like, I don't know, I think I could have done another set. Your training partner is to make sure that, listen, when you're done, you're just done. You know, I've had a few great training partners. I think it's a developing relationship, because I've had a lot of people that, you know, since I started lifting, that came out of the block like, woo, you know, I'm ready for this. And then, you know, I have different stage of training. Like, you know, I tell people that the way I train for competition, the way I lift in the off season, the way how I get ready to get into that pre-contest, you know, training mode is really different. So when people hear you say, you might be in the gym training and you're moving some weight, you know, and then you tell someone like, no, we're not training yet. We're just conditioning the body and the mind to be in the same page right now. They don't show up afterwards. And then you have people that comes in and you have a couple of good training sessions and they goes, do you train like this every day? And you're like what? And they don't come back. And then you have those that train everybody part but leg. You don't see them in leg day. But you have a few that understand, as I said, like, the reason why I'm here is to create a better version of myself, especially as a competitor. I need to create a better version of myself for my next competition. I need to be better. It doesn't matter. I don't need a cheering squad. I don't need a hype team. I need someone that's going to come in and says, okay, you know what, Shawn, I know you can do better. And not everybody is capable of doing that, because I think when you get to a certain level in the sport, sometimes people come in, and I've had people that were like, hey, I'm going to train with you. And when it comes time to actually like be present and spot and being in the moment, they become a fan and they're watching. They just kind of stand there like, oh crap, I forget, like I'm supposed to be spotting you. You know, but you have a few that I think just understand, like, from watching and observing you and seeing and watching you how you train over the years before they even get a chance to be a part of what you're doing, that they understand that, like, okay, I've seen Shawn in the gym and he just looked completely like in his own little world when he's training. Like, he's not talking, he does this set. I do this weird thing. I do my set and I walk off. I don't stand around to listen when anybody is talking, even with my training partner. I kind of just take a step back into the shadows. Because I'm like, okay, now this is stuff that I know. And I might be screaming from across, I'm like, okay, you got, like, for example, stand. I'm like, okay, stand 5 more. But I'm in my own little zone, you know. I don't need to be around where people like constantly like talking. Like, I was never there. I was never a part of it. I know nothing and I hear nothing. When I'm in the gym, my one purpose is to train. And I think over the past couple of years, like, Stan has been a freaking like amazing training partner, where, you know, we train and sometimes I don't even say 2 words to him. You know, I spot him, he spot me. We move on to the next exercise. There's no long conversation. There's no, hey, did you see Kobe last night? Oh man, did you see what LeBron did? Like, bro, I just had this peanut butter and jelly burger. Like, we could talk about that afterwards. When we in the gym, we know why we're there. We know why we're there. We know why we're there. We're there to train. We're there to make improvement. We're there to create a better version of ourselves. And you can't do that when you're all over the place. Like, listen, if Stan goes in the gym and I'm training with him and he bench 500 pounds, I'm not benching 500 pounds. It's not going to hurt my ego. Just being honest. Like, If he wants to bench 500 pounds, or anybody them training with him, they go in and they feel like, hey, today's the day that they're gonna pick up a house. I'm all about helping and spotting you, but I'm not gonna pick up a house. Just not my mentality. I don't feel as if I need to go blow for blow with you to say that, you know, oh, I'm Shawn Rhoden. Nah, I don't give a shit about that. Like, if it means me going, I'm gonna let you pick up that house, but that 1 bedroom over there, that's on me, bro. I'm gonna lift the hell out of that 1 bedroom while you pick that house up. You wanna go squat 1,000 pounds, I'll spot you, I'll push you. But if I'm not feeling it, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it just because. I'm not doing it because my ego is crushed or my ego is hurt. I'm a bodybuilder. My goal is to create an illusion when I step on stage. I'm not a power lifter. So therefore, I don't feel as if I don't need that. As long as I'm able to create the best version of myself, whichever way or however I can, and be safe about it and be smart about it, that's what I do. And I think that's what a great training partner is. Like, you know, he just understands, like, you know what, Shawn might not need to bench 400 pounds to create the best physique. He could bench 200 pounds and he makes that 200 pounds look like he's benching 500 pounds. And his physique is able to grow from that 200 pounds. But me, I gotta go and do it at 500 pounds. I'm like, hey bro, more power to you. I'm here for you. I'm gonna spot you, I'm gonna push you. But don't tell me, hey, look, that guy over there who's half your size is doing twice as much weight. I'll go over there and give him a high five. I said, bro, way to kill it. Having a great training partner is someone that understands the destination and the journey because they're all but one. But enjoy the smell, folks, before it get cold. I had two amazing training partners. Two amazing training partners, not trainers, two amazing training partners. And those training partners have been this lady by the name of Kina Eliassi, and I was training in DC. She whooped my ass as a training partner. With her, there was no such thing as can't and won't. What you either do it. That's it. There's no middle ground. And Stan, I think we had a tremendous understanding, I guess, right out the gate. You know, that he was able to see that I know what his goals were. You know, again, I've known Stan since he was doing men's physique. And actually, I've known Stan since he was a baker. Let me rephrase that. I know Stan since 2013, when he looks like a baker. And I've watched him compete in men's physique to classic to open bodybuilding. And man, he is really, I mean, I can't say enough about someone that compliments you as a training partner. He always know just enough to push me. Like, there's never like I see guys training in the gym and, you know, they're just to the extreme. It's like they're competing against each other. Not so much as trying to get each other better, but competing against each other. It's like, if you do 105, I'm doing 110, you know. And when I say that in all aspects, is I've trained with Stan where Stan was eating burgers and fries every day, and I was eating fish. I didn't let that affect me, you know. At the end of the day, I'm like, okay, we still gotta go train. And we went in and we trained and we beat the crap out of each other. And, you know, that's what a training partner does. You know, you might be like, bro, I got burgers and fries afterwards. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have some tilapia and some salmon, you know, maybe some cauliflower. You know, but you know that when we walked out of the gym, we left everything in the gym. And, you know, I wasn't competing against Stan in the gym. Stan was just trying to make sure that, and I created a better version of myself. And I understand that he wanted to create a better version of himself. And we pushed each other to you know, to the hedge, and you know, you looked at him. I remember telling Stan a couple years ago that, you know, he had one more year competing in Classic. You know, because I saw with my own two eyes, his body just transformed. You know, like every time it was like, you know, watching with my two eyes and going, fuck, like, okay. But that comes from us understanding, again, journey to destination, because they're one, and us understanding that we wanted to create a better version of ourselves every time we come into the gym. The goal is to be better in stage than to show you were before. And we have a vivid imagination as how that version looked and what we need to work on. And we just push other beyond the limit to create that version. Create an illusion, you know, that we're bigger, even though sometimes we're not, but we make tiny improvement that you guys might not see, but we've seen it. The best is yet to come. I think I might slim down and go to Classic. I don't know. This bodybuilding thing might just be too much. I'm a Classic bodybuilder. I'm gonna see if I can make weight at 209. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I could be a Classic bodybuilder? You know, I probably have to lose about 80 pounds, but what do you guys think? Comment below if you want to see me as a Classic bodybuilder. Be a Classic Mr. Olympia. I could have told him I'm no longer training with him. I have no ego in this sport, bro. No ego. At the end of the day, I would love to see everyone succeed. And I know that sounds like a cliche, but I would love to see everyone make the improvement. I would love to see, like, listen, you know, having a chance to stand on any stage with your training partner, you know, it's an amazing feat. Especially, like, can you imagine if you're standing on stage with your training partner and you guys are going for first and second, and you know, like, this is the day that you've worked for, like, this is the time that you put in, like, day in and day out, blood, sweat, and tears, like, you know, you guys work so hard, you know, pushing each other, and then having an opportunity to stand next to each other on stage and know that you're standing on stage, like, you know, with your friend, with your brother, your training partner, however you want to title it. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the result is, because that's what you train for. Like, you guys train to be the best of the best in that given day. And you're just thankful that the opportunity presented itself where you guys were able to line up next to each other and go blow for blow. And if Stan does win, he probably will be buying a burger and fry. So that would save me a few bucks. And if I win, he'll be probably eating tilapia. No, we probably end up at Cheesecake Factory, but you know, it's hard to find a great training partner. And it's like when you find one, it's very hard. You know, it's very hard when you're not training with that person, because you know, it takes having someone else trying to figure out your angles and how you like to be spot and how you like to be pushed. Like, you know, it's a challenge, you know. Do you want the person to touch your weight, not touch your weight? Do you want the person to touch your elbows? Like, what, like, you know, the comfort zone, you know, your space, you know, them understanding just because you don't speak, there's nothing wrong with you. It's just like, I'm just gonna stand in the corner over here while you do your set. And them understand the urgency sometimes, like, your set, my set, your set, my set. You know, so there's a lot of stuff that comes with having a great training partner. And when you find one, you thank them. You thank them the best way that you can. One off. My biggest pet peeve with training partners, I hate when someone feels that they have to compete against me. Because I don't care. I'm in my own lane and I'm focused. And the same thing goes for you. Like, you know your limitation, and you know, stay in your lane. I'll push you, you push me. Two is, if I'm in a zone, do not talk to me. Don't ask me if I'm okay. Don't ask me if everything is, if I'm all right. Just, if I'm just kind of standing there like in my own little zone, just understand I'm just in the zone, and I need to get in that zone in order to have a great workout that day. So you coming over every 2 seconds, bro, you all right? Everything good? I'm great. You know, just stay in your lane, I'll stay in my lane. We could talk after we finish training. But I've had some of my best workout where I never spoke to my training partner the entire workout. Well, folks, it's been great. I'm enjoying this delicious melt. I'm gonna start all over tomorrow. I'm gonna kill it. Until next time, be safe, be good. You don't have to leave, but you can't stay here. Peace. Subscribe, comment, follow. I will follow you, my friend.